YouTube, hi TIs, hi targeted survivors. Just a little video from me to say hello, and I shouldn't be home today. I shouldn't be doing anything like this video. I should be at college doing my degree, but don't shout at me, Shane, because last night he was on the phone going, make sure you go tomorrow, because I didn't go yesterday either. But I just couldn't. I took my little boy to school this morning, and I sat in the car. I had all, dressed, ready to go with my books and everything and my college stuff, and I just sat there and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't drive to college. I just feel completely burnt out, computered out. I feel like I've been sitting on this computer forever. All over the holidays, I've just, obviously been doing the Targeted UK forum and website and etc. And I've been doing clients' websites and client work and helping clients with computers and sitting at home on my computer and building our website on the computer. And then I've got to go to college and learn about computers and study computers, and today I've got 2 assignments that are due in and I'm supposed to do those on a computer, and I'm just fucking computered out, completely computered out. And on Monday I thought that I would have that day free to get myself mentally prepared, clean the house, get everything organised, because as a single mum that works, and as a degree, get the violin out. But that's the truth. It's bloody hard, and I thought I'd have Monday to get myself prepared and ready, and it turned out my little boy had teacher training day at his school, so he was home all day again, and so then I'm entertaining a 4-year-old, which is a lot of work, and I didn't get to do any of the things that I needed to do. And so then yesterday I did actually manage to get a lot of the things done that I needed to do, but did lots of research, going down this rabbit hole that we have, looking into things like 5G and EHS and stuff like that, and it just puts me in this mental space that affects me quite a lot. It really does. And that's why, when you didn't really see much of me on the other forum, because I compartmentalise. I think, right, this is what I've got to do and this is what I'm going to focus on now, and I'm kind of blinkered. And I know Christmas is coming. I know I've got to buy presents and wrap them and get a Christmas tree and look after my son. But at the moment, I've got to get all these assignments in. And once they're done, I'll then rush around doing Christmas thing and entertaining him. And then when that's done, I'll, work on customers' stuff. And then when that's done, I'll think about my assignments again. And that's just how I've got to work, because otherwise it's all just too overwhelming for me to deal with. And then, like I said this morning, I just got in the car and I just thought, I just cannot do it. I haven't got it in me today. Just haven't got it in me. I just need to do what I want to do, as well as 2 assignments. So that's that. That's my sob story out the way. But upon turning on the computer this morning, one of the emails that we got through from the TI poll was there, and then I remember what Shane told me. And he said at the end of this poll there was a message to us both. Now, I just want to say that TI poll is completely anonymous. It's a link to a questionnaire website that is not part of our website. We don't ask for your name, address, email, details, anything like that. All we want is the facts. We want to know, how many people suffered electronic harassment or gang stalking or both, have experienced home break-ins, have been referred to psychiatrics, have lost everything they've ever had, etc., because of the programme. So should the day ever come where the powers that be say, well, how many of you are there and how many of you are experiencing this? Well, we can say, well, we know from our research that these are the numbers. So anyone that hasn't filled out that poll yet, I mean, it's 9 questions. You can answer them yes and no, or you can elaborate. Some of you write paragraphs, which is great, and some of you just answer yeses and nos, and that's fine as well. Everyone does it in their own way and interprets it in their own way, and that's absolutely fine. However, Shane said this message that was at the end of the poll, so it's not really a good way to message us because we can't message you back. So the only way I can address it is either on the forum or making a video. And as I'm making this video now, I thought I might as well just answer you because I care. So appreciate it, please. And it says at the end of the poll, it says, any experience you feel is important to add. And she says, yes, messages for Claire and Shane. Claire, if you are genuine, please explain how you lived in a 2nd floor flat with a front and back door that also had a loft, but 1 flat above, as you explained in one of your TITV videos. Get it? Completely get it. Sounds really like, how's that? But I did explain that in the video. I did explain the entire layout. I don't think that was cut out, but just in case. So what it was, I lived in Foregate Street in Worcester, actually on the high street. And you've got the main high street, and then you've got a road running parallel to that high street. And I lived in the buildings in between those 2 roads. So at the front, I used to enter my front door. There was the front door for the flats, all of the flats, which there were 3 of. And you walked, it was at the side of a shop. So you open that little door, walk up the stairs, and that's flat number 1. Walk up the 2nd stairs, flat number 2, top stairs, flat number 3. And at the back, it was a nightclub, a car park. So from that car park, we could park our cars, and then each of the 2 flats could enter their flat from the back, from the fire escape. There's a fire escape going down. So flat number 1 had their door. You go up 1 flight and his was there, and then go up another flight and my back door was there. And the 3rd flat didn't have a back door. I believe we were 3-bedroom flats, and the top floor was only a 1-bedroom flat. So if the building, if you're looking at the building like that and you turn it that way, so that's the roof, half of the roof was his flat, and I used to hear him over my kitchen and my lounge. And then where all my bedrooms and the bathroom and everything was towards the back, there was nothing. It was just the roof, which I couldn't hear him walking around in. I could hear all sorts going on in. But it was just the roof. So that's how I had a loft hatch, and I had a back door and a front door. And I was living in an apartment. So hopefully that has explained that to you and makes sense. So I've told you that the polls are anonymous, and I've told you that I'm a bit burnt out. So I just want to say, if there is ever a time when you don't see me on the forum much, or you think like, why she's not made a video, or she's not around much, it's not because I don't care. It's the opposite to that. I care a little bit too much. I tend to go down the rabbit hole and, reading about what's to come, apart from what people are currently going through, what's to come with the 5G, and, I'm trying to stop Wi-Fi in schools. I'm really big on that. I've managed to stop them using Wi-Fi in my son's area at school. I just need to get the rest of the school to agree. So I've been working on that as well, which is very, very, very dear to my heart, that, because I see the difference in my little boy when he's been using the iPad and he hasn't. I don't even let him touch it. He has to choose what he wants and then sit back from it. And if he plays a game, he still has to sit back from it and just touch it like that. And I know I annoy him a lot because I'm always like, get away from the iPad. And even then, when I try and get it off him, it's like taking crack away from a crack addict. It's like screaming, crying, tantrums, gets very upset, very moody. And he hasn't, because of the research I've been doing, he hasn't actually been on his iPad for quite a few days now, and the difference in him is amazing. It's hard work as a mum, but it definitely does make such a massive difference. Which then led me, you know, looking into further, because I've got EHS. I'm hypersensitive to electromagnetism, and I'm pretty sure that that's given to us, the ones that are targeted. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that may think they're targeted and they're not, because they've got EHS. And there's other people that just realise that they're sensitive to electromagnetism, or can feel certain frequencies and fields, electronic fields, that other people can't. And that's where the misconception happens, because, you know, if two people are sitting in a room and one person can feel something and the other person can't, the person that can't thinks the other person's nuts. So, and we'd all be guilty of that. And also, I'm so happy that we're getting so much good feedback regarding the site. I have cheated and used sort of an easy platform, just because I just didn't have the time to build one from scratch, although that's what I would have much preferred to do. But we'll stick with it because it's working. And if there's ever a time where we are censored and we do need to move it, I have my own servers. I've got, you know, it will be set up and ready to go for that. So we won't ever lose our community. Fully prepared for the censorship. So that's me, over and out. Take care. Mwah.